Imagine standing on a battlefield, the scorching sun overhead, your armor weighing heavy on your shoulders, your enemies advancing. You've been fighting for hours, the fatigue creeping in, yet you push on, unyielding. How did the Roman soldiers, men who fought wars that lasted for years, manage to stay energized and fight fiercely, and without rest? The answer might surprise you. The Roman legions were one of the most feared and disciplined fighting forces the world has ever seen. They conquered vast territories, built an empire, and held it together for centuries. But one question remains: how did they maintain such incredible stamina and resilience, especially during grueling battles? In today's video, we're going to dive deep into the secrets of how Roman soldiers stayed energized during some of history's most brutal conflicts. What did they eat? How did they train? What methods did they use to avoid exhaustion? If you've ever wondered what gave the Romans their edge on the battlefield, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how they kept going, even when others would have fallen. There's so much more to Roman warfare than just brute force. What made the Roman army superior was not just their weapons or tactics, but their ability to endure. The secrets we'll reveal about their diet, training routines, and battle strategies will give you insights into why they were able to conquer such vast territories. Plus, we'll also explore some fascinating lesser-known facts about Roman military life that you've probably never heard of. So, whether you're a history buff or just curious, stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. To understand how Roman soldiers stayed energized, we first need to look at what they ate. The Roman military diet was surprisingly simple, but highly effective. It was designed to provide sustained energy over long periods, whether they were marching, fighting, or building fortifications. One of the staples of the Roman soldiers' diet was a simple dish called pulse. This was essentially a porridge made from barley or wheat, cooked with water, and sometimes mixed with vegetables or meat when available. Pulse were incredibly nutritious and rich in carbohydrates and fiber, giving soldiers the slow-releasing energy they needed to keep going. Why barley? Barley was cheaper and more readily available than wheat, and it was thought to be more filling and provided more endurance. The Romans believed it strengthened the body and made it resilient to fatigue. While it wasn't the most glamorous meal, it worked wonders in keeping soldiers on their feet. While Roman soldiers didn't always have access to fresh meat, it was an important part of their diet when available. They ate a lot of dried, salted meats, which could be stored for long periods. Meat provided essential protein, helping to repair muscles after long days of marching or fighting. Fish, too, was a common source of protein, particularly when armies were stationed near rivers or coastal areas. On special occasions, Roman soldiers would indulge in feasts with roasted meat, which not only boosted their morale, but also gave them the necessary protein and fats to fuel them for upcoming battles. Bread was a major part of a Roman soldier's daily meals. It was easy to carry, required little preparation, and was packed with energy. The legions often made hardtack, simple, unleavened bread that could last for months. This bread might have been bland, but it was filling and could be stored for long periods, making it perfect for military campaigns. The combination of bread, pulse, and occasional meat provided a balanced diet that ensured soldiers received the necessary macronutrients to stay energized. Food wasn't the only thing keeping Roman soldiers energized. Hydration was just as important. Marching under the hot sun, sometimes for hours or even days, dehydration was a real threat. But how did the Roman soldiers manage their water intake, especially when they were far from freshwater sources? The Romans were masters of engineering, and they didn't leave their soldiers' water supply to chance. Aqueducts and wells were common in military camps, providing a steady source of clean water. Even when on the move, Roman armies took careful measures to ensure they had enough water. They often followed rivers or camped near water sources, and Roman engineers would dig wells if necessary. When water wasn't enough, Roman soldiers turned to a drink called pasca. Pasca was a mix of water and sour wine, or vinegar. While it may not sound appetizing, it was actually quite effective. The vinegar helped to kill harmful bacteria in the water, and the drink itself was refreshing, often providing a bit of a pick-me-up during long marches. The acidity of pasca also helped soldiers stay alert and slightly rehydrated, making it one of the most popular drinks among the legions. Think of it as the ancient Roman version of a sports drink. Physical endurance was important, but mental toughness was what really set the Roman soldier apart. The Roman army didn't just train the body, they trained the mind. The life of a Roman soldier was one of constant training. Roman legions trained rigorously, often practicing long marches, carrying heavy equipment, running in formation, and engaging in mock battles. The goal was to push soldiers to their physical and mental limits, so that when real combat came, they were prepared for the exhaustion and stress. They would march for up to 20 miles a day, carrying up to 60 pounds of gear. This wasn't just about building physical strength, it was about building mental endurance. The constant repetition, the focus on discipline, and the harsh conditions hardened the soldiers' minds. By the time they faced the enemy, they were prepared to handle not just the physical toll of battle, but also the mental strain. Roman soldiers were famously disciplined. They had a strong sense of duty to the Republic, and later the Empire, and a desire to honor their comrades. Their motivation was not just about personal glory, but about loyalty to their unit and their leaders. One of the things that kept them energized was the fear of punishment for disobedience or desertion. Roman military discipline was harsh. Punishments could include flogging or even execution for those who failed to follow orders. This fear, combined with the respect they had for their leaders, kept soldiers focused and energized in battle, even when fatigue set in. Roman soldiers didn't rely solely on brute strength to win battles. They were experts in using tactics that conserved energy while maximizing effectiveness. One of the most famous Roman battle tactics was the testudo, or tortoise formation. This involved soldiers forming a tight shield wall, with their shields interlocking both in front and above. The testudo not only provided protection, but also allowed soldiers to conserve energy. Rather than charging into battle, they could slowly advance toward the enemy, deflecting arrows and projectiles. This methodical approach kept them fresh for the actual hand-to-hand combat. Another way Roman soldiers stayed energized during battle was by rotating troops. Soldiers in the front lines would fight, but after a certain period, they would swap places with those in the back. This allowed soldiers to rest and recover while still keeping up the pressure on the enemy. By using strategy and discipline, the Romans ensured their soldiers didn't burn out too quickly in battle. So, how did Roman soldiers stay energized during battle? It wasn't just about what they ate or drank. It was a combination of a carefully planned diet, disciplined training, intelligent hydration practices, and mental toughness. Their ability to conserve energy through tactics and strategies was equally important in helping them maintain their stamina on the battlefield. This finely tuned system, built over centuries, was what made the Roman legions so effective and feared. Their strength didn't just come from physical prowess, but from a deep understanding of how to keep soldiers fighting at their best for as long as possible. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more captivating content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.